Alright guys, today we are going to be doing another Should You Guys Summon. So this time around we have the GPO2A and then we have Anavel Gato again. So he's making his second appearance since the Rip Dom. So this time around, how should we tackle this unit and the pilot? So I'm just going to be outright clear with you guys. This is definitely not a banner to summon on at all because they went ahead and removed something from the GPO2A. I think it's actually quite a smart move for them to remove this from the global version. I know it's definitely not something that I think a lot of people were hoping for because a little bit of a background story. The GPO2A recently has a new transcendent skill added. Probably, I want to say, give or take, not longer than a month ago. All right. So for global to have that version of the transcendent skill, I think it will make this unit way out of proportion and it's just gonna blow everyone out of the water and be like, well, I guess it's time to quit arena because you see this unit running around and then you're not gonna have a fun time. So why do I say you're not gonna have a fun time in arena? Take a look at the EX skill. To all enemy 2000 attack damage, so or 2000%. So that's gonna scale up. I want to say it's gonna scale out really powerful, but I think it's just gonna be enough to get the enemy to 1 HP. And you cannot forget about the fact that we have Hakashiki. So those two in combination, and then this in combination, what do? We just don't do anything. So you ever run into a situation where you have this guy and the Hakashiki, and you have the Zetas and whatnot? Well, I guess it's time to just hit the Alt and F4 close game and go to sleep because there's nothing we can do about that. So I think it's actually quite a smart move for them to remove it. So with that said, I think it makes this unit less valuable than intended to be. So for global players, I think it's really smart to not summon for this banner and wait until next week. So I think that's that. So before we do anything further, talk about about the overall kit, we're gonna focus on HP. So for 10 unit, I think that's probably the only one category I kind of focus a little bit, zoom in my lenses to see, all right, is the HP adequate enough compared to the other tanks? So we're gonna quickly hop over to the website as we do some investigation. Through my investigation, I would definitely say that the GPO2 at max out level 100. So this website does a great job. So this website, you guys can definitely find it in the link in the description. Always there, very good resources. So I think you guys should definitely hop on here to check these units out. But look at that. So on global, obviously the stat has been inflated already. So given the fact that this is at level 100, so it gives us a better base HP as to like how powerful it is as far as the HP number, 76,000. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. As we do hop over to the Penelope Cassie Gundam, this one should hopefully will be our happy anniversary unit. I hope that should be 91k. This one is a Obrion. I don't know if that's the literal translation of this unit, but besides the point of that, this unit has a 90k. That's pretty good. Up next, we have the full armor Engage 0 or the Engaged Gundam Plan B. This one has a whopping 83k HP. Wow. Are you guys are you guys seeing where are you guys following me on this? Why I'm going to all these tank unit or the armor unit? Because why does every Anavel Gato's unit has such low HP given the fact that it's a tank? Someone tell me that. And why are we doing this to ourselves? Why? 89k, even better. So this unit, I do expect, just a little bit of a side note, the full armor unicorn. This one I am assuming because I checked the roster. Next week is a clan battle week and the enemy typing is red, so it's another blue element week. Let's go, boys, let's go. So given that said, I feel like this is the only appropriate, I feel like, extreme limited banner they can drop. So finger crossed it's this one, I guess, because I don't want any more powerful unit to be released on global until we have more of the until we are flushed out. All right, I don't need anything that's power grab at the moment. I don't care about that. I just want global to have a better state in mind of like going to the progression. So let's pray. All right, we have this next week. I don't know, but let's just hope. This one, just on a side note, I'm just gonna quickly, really quick cover this one right now. It has ability of tanks, increased damage reduced by this and this for both physical and beam. So you have that increase HP, and then down here you also increase defense power as well. So this is a tank hidden in a what is it, generic type unit. So this is obviously not your generic tank. I know that it's probably not even going to perform as well, but I think as far as what it's offering, I think it's offering a lot more than what the GPO2A is doing. So given that said, if you guys can't wait until next week until we get the full combat mission, then if we're not having this, obviously this I take all this back. But if we do, I think the full armor unicorn definitely is a better competitor to summon for rather than the literal actual tank, because let's be honest, the GPO2A right up here for global, this isn't doing what it's meant to do with the Transcendent skill. So because this is exclusively, I want to say, really powerful in arena, because you have this off, you pop EX the right way, you coincide that with Hakushiki, you win a match. Probably gonna take like 10 seconds and you win. That's it. But without that, I feel like it's gonna take a hot kick for this unit to charge up that EX gauge. By the time you probably charge it, are you gonna die? Probably not, because if you do have it maxed out, you probably won't. But for my free to play, you did one multi summon, you got him, you're like, all right, hooray, I got the unit. So maybe it's gonna perform in arena. It's gonna perform good. Probably won't, because any tanks just, you know, without any bare bone investment into it, I just feel like it's not gonna be good. Let's be honest. I'm just being real with you guys. So with that said, please don't summon this banner just up yet. Wait until next week to see what's going on. But with that said, let's get back to, you know, the other stuff. On Transcendent skill is quite powerful as well. You have, you know, the generic increase HP by 25%. That's pretty much across the board for most of the tank unit, and some other unit has them as well. So it's no biggie right there. But the main attraction, I feel like, just from this now is the increased damage resistance by 25%. On the JP translation, it's a little bit different. It goes by reduced damage by 25%, but I think they may or may not mean the same things. If they do mean the same thing, obviously it's good. I probably think it is, because usually they would specify be more physical or the projectile. They're usually really good at that. So I think safe to say that is increasing to both of these up here, which is actually not that bad. I'll take that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much what it comes down to. So that's not bad. Increasing resistance, that's not bad. And then increase EX skill damage by 48%. Not that this is not enough. They want to add that more than that. So that's insane. All right, that's insane. So that's why the Transcendent skill for this guy makes it really powerful for global, that they have to intentionally nerf it. All right. And then besides that, you also do have a increase in max damage now by 200,000. Yeah, that's more damage on top. That's cool. That's cool. So there's kind of like a cap, pretty much capping this unit out in a way. And then on skill 1, on taking damage for 20 seconds, increase damage by 2%, stacking up to 10 times. So being a tank unit, being up in the forefront, I feel like taking damage for each unit being the vocal point of, you know, being attacked, I think it's really highly possible that, you know, within the 20 seconds you are able to stack up that damage. So as far as the damage potential, is not going to be horrible, right? It's not going to be horrendous. It's still probably going to be offering your bare bone damage output, which is honestly okay, right? It's cool, but is it really needed? I don't think so. I'd rather they trade skill 1 for something more defensive rather than something that's offensive, because we don't really need that for a tank. We just need a tank that sole job is to be able to tank, to make the team survive or whatnot. I don't really care about having damage increase on a tank unit. Don't really care about that. So that's kind of, I guess, design purpose of it. I guess they want to make the GPO2 strong and tanky at the same time, I guess. But in my honest opinion, if they want to just try to make it game centric, I would not. I definitely would not go for that route. I would probably make GPO2 as tanky as possible and go from there. But on Guardian, restore at 624 HP, so that's pretty good. And then on skill 2, unlock strong attack, 60 mm Vulcan gun. So okay. And now I'm taking damage for 20 seconds. Same thing again, stacking damage up to 20%, 10 times for 2%. So that's good. So 40% in total. So you know, you do have some minuscule damage increase as well. So I guess, you know, at the least, it's still going to be able to offer some goodies. And then on the stacking damage or taking damage itself, you also do increase beam damage resistance by 2%, stacking that up to 10 times as well. So that is actually something that they should have, you know, probably, I guess, increase that a little bit more. The reason being that the reduced beam is actually much worse than the projectile, or way lower than that. So I feel like as far as taking beam damage, this unit may not, you know, be as, you know, good as taking projectile, because of the fact that the base is pretty low. Given the fact that you increase that one and you increase that one, it may not even be that high actually. So this right there definitely may be a little bit of a troublesome, if I have to say. So that's why I feel like just the GPO2A ultimately does not become a good tank. It just on the kids, you know, that's unfortunate, right? For any general content, I feel like the current tank that we have, like let's say the full armor Gundam Dumpable, I think that one definitely does a phenomenal job already. So I just don't think we need like another tank, right? Especially of this caliber, not really fulfilling like its true tank itself in a way. Like I know this one is like a little bit mixed, you want to toss in some damage, I get it, but I think ultimately we don't really need that split unless you are able to willingly want to spend on this banner and go for it. I really don't see it, to be honest. So as far as the weapon split, we have the ranged weapon having a higher multiplier than the close combat weapon. I guess I mean, it matters in a way, because that's pretty much how you'll be able to stack up the EX skill gauge. I think it's not bad because you're doing 10 shots, or yeah, 10 shot hits 2 times. So for every hit you are able to land, that is a chance, that is a ability to increase that EX skill gauge. So I think that's actually not too terrible. So for those who are using the GPO2 already, do definitely let us know how fast the EX skill gauge charge. If it does charge really fast, I mean, like, you know, given 10 seconds or something like that, I think it should still be good in arena. But if it takes longer than, like, you know, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, then forget it. It's not gonna be good. It's just unfortunate. But yeah, as far as anything goes right now, I feel like GPO2A probably is something you want to save, not like save to summon for, but save your horror, or not your horrors, your diamonds. Don't go in yet. Just don't. Wait until next week. As far as the Anavel Gato, I think he's actually not that bad. The reason being, if we do take a look at the totality of all the skills, there are a lot that you can actually carry over into other tank as well. First of all, for any blue type element, I'll take a hit, increase range sense by 26%, stacking up to 5 times. So that is another source of increasing damage. So that's actually quite powerful. So for any future blue element unit, and that is kind of like built to be a tank wise specifically, we'll be able to use this palette as well. This one armor, obviously for the armor type category unit, increase resistance. So these two actually works for pretty much any blue element unit that are tank. Pretty nice. This one, and this one, like pretty much the heavy armor, prototype, Gundam type, they are actually fairly accessible tag to a lot of units. So that is gonna be good. The only, I guess, niche one is probably the Lost Complex. The complex, other than that, I think everything else is pretty neat. So I think for Anavel Gato, he's probably the one to summon for if you do need, I guess, a good tank palette at the moment. I think this one definitely satisfies that. But other than that, that's gonna be pretty much for me. So I do hope that next week it may be the 4 unicorn. I mean, like, I'm definitely, you know, hyping it up more than I need it to be, because I just feel like that unicorn is probably up, you know, maybe more or less like of a better tank overall than this GPO2. That's how I feel. But yeah, I mean, like, you gotta wait until next week, and then we'll probably find out. But until then, I hope you guys do not summon and wait for next week.